What's going on, Attacker Squad? It's your boy Romaniki, Mr. Enemy 343, back at it once again. And today I am doing yet another live stream. Basically, this is kind of a one that's actually been a long time coming since, I've actually really wanted to talk to you guys about this and stuff like that. And, just a second, I just gotta do something here. Oops. Sorry about that. I just had to, text someone. And it seems I got a guest on. D&D girl. Hang on just a second. And
Hello.
what's up? Hello. It's good to actually have you back again.
I'm trying earbuds. It's kind of weird.
I hear you there. Basically, I actually have wireless ones, so I'm not using those today. And basically, the topic for this week's conversation is about VTubers and this whole freaking fiasco going on.
Oh god, what happened that people are complaining about the VTubers again?
Oh, they're actually saying that basically with PewDiePie actually making a freaking VTuber avatar that basically is gonna just destroy the freaking the VTuber community, but I'm pressing X to doubt on that crap.
If PewDiePie making a VTuber avatar is what tears the community apart, it obviously wasn't strong enough to begin with.
Exactly, but basically, that's just the thing. I do actually respect some of the VTubers that actually, go and actually make good quality content. Let's see, there's actually Renasobi, Kizuna Ai, Shiro,
Boko.
yeah, Korone, Okayu. Then you got people like Mori Calliope, Takanashi Kiara. Then you got Gargura, Amelia Watson, and Ina. I can't really pronounce Ina's entire name, but I usually just like to call her Ina. She's actually an octopus type girl, and they're all really good. Basically the thing about being a VTuber is you're actually willing to make content for people as well. In fact, I've actually even got to actually know some good content creators from well, what do I want to say there? From my good friend Tire Blue Wheat.
I mean, I always assumed that VTubers were kind of like me. We don't really want to show our faces online because people are crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And hang on a second, I got a message. I gotta. Okay. Anyway, I just actually had to message someone back about something, and just for now it's just you and me. So heck, I just actually wanted to get some of this stuff off my chest, and basically that's just the thing, because basically these independent these English VTubers that are actually tweeting nothing but politics all day and stuff like that, they don't make content whatsoever. They just actually want to freaking push politics, bash on fans for actually not supporting them, and just being such egotistical butt faces. I mean, I,
No, no offense, but if you want people to support you, you kind of shouldn't be a fucking asshole.
exactly. I totally agree. Basically, that's why I actually prefer making the content that I make. I'm actually giving you guys, enjoyment because my three goals still stand as any tuber, making either helping heal the anime community or rebuild it through positivity. To actually, have a fan base I know that actually I can know that has my back and I have theirs. And lastly, is to actually have fun with the content that I actually make. I mean, what's the point of actually being an anti-tuber if you don't actually have fun with the videos you make?
I mean, this is why I'm not really into doing ships publicly anymore, because the shippers have gotten crazy. Look,
Oh,
in a fan fiction, if you want to pair Kirishima with Katsuki, fine, that's fan fiction. But the minute you're telling Horikoshi, oh, they should be gay for each other, I'm like, no, you don't try and force that shit.
exactly, exactly. And basically, this is just me talking here as like fan of like My Hero Academia. I mean, I still am, but basically, a freaking fandom is just so freaking toxic and like it's actually made up like and basically you got like a small minority of like people that are just outraged. They're just freaking SJWs in fans clothing.
Oh, yes. Lest we forget about Katsuki's birthday. Oh,
Or
the horror. He has the same birthday as fucking Hitler. I'm sorry, but if you look hard enough, some asshole for every day of the year, sometimes more if it's leap year, have been born on every day of the year. I share a
exactly,
birthday with Saddam Hussein. I don't like a Saddam Hussein, but I still share a birthday with him.
exactly, and basically, yo PC, what's up, man? It's actually good having you here, man. Besides, anyway, like I said, or don't even get me started on the whole Murata, the whole doctor thing with the World War II experiments.
Oh, that. Yes, we
That
shouldn't reference that, but we should praise the shows that do Orange Man bad. Don't
exactly.
don't think I forgot what Animaniacs did with that Cyclops thing. Anyone who couldn't tell that was Trump has had their eyes gouged out.
Exactly. And basically, they they just actually had to butcher my freaking childhood right there. Because I was actually a fan of Animaniacs, and
I
basically,
mean, Animaniacs always did reference what was going on at the time, but usually they didn't really do the big politics stuff. I mean, yeah, we'd see like Bill Clinton stuff like in the theme song, and the Clinton plays the sax, but it was never, oh, Clinton's gonna get impeached. Clinton had relationships with Monica Lewinsky. They never brought that up in the Animaniacs.
exactly. But basically, here's the issue where I actually freaking draw the line. Once you actually start going down the route of freaking trying to push politics into something, that's when that's where I draw the line. I draw the line right there.
Clownfish TV brought up a good point when people from the Mary Sue got upset that Hello Nurse wasn't in the reboot. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm kind of upset too, because Hello Nurse was one of my crushes as a kid. You know, one of the things that kind of got me to realize, oh, I think I like both boys and girls. Girls. I'm upset too, but the Clownfish made a good point. We didn't see you complaining about the She-Ra reboot. Oh, but the minute it's something from your childhood, no, they shouldn't change that.
Exactly. Grab me a drink here.
I mean, I would love for Hello Nurse to have been in, the reboot, but I'm kind of glad she wasn't, because the fact that Wacko is non-gender or something in the reboot, I wouldn't be surprised if they decided to make Dot bisexual and have her hooting and hollering along with her brothers to Hello Nurse. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I hear you there. It's just, why are they actually trying to trash our childhood, like our nostalgia, just so they can actually, push an agenda of some kind? I mean, look at Star Wars. I mean, basically look at Kathleen Kennedy just, destroying, such a beloved franchise.
You know
I
what?
do
You know
what?
what kills me about the sequels? When
What's
I
that?
saw Finn, a stormtrooper, basically break the brainwashing and was able to use a lightsaber because before Kathleen Kennedy decided to throw canon out, only Jedi and Sith could use lightsabers. I'm like, oh, I am excited for this guy. I want to know his backstory. But instead, it's, oh no, we're focusing on Rey, who's more like the Han character. She's the Jedi, and I'm like, no, I want Finn to be the Jedi. I actually have interest in Finn. The only thing I would want to know about Rey is who the fuck left her on Jakku. That's about it. Finn, it's like, was Finn an orphan? If he wasn't an orphan, did his family willingly give him up, or were they killed so they could take him? Take him. Is he somehow related to Luke and Leia? Is he not somehow related to Luke and Leia? So many questions for him, but no, we got to go for Ray, and it's because China wouldn't have looked favorably on the films if it had been a black boy. Let's be honest, it's because they wanted China bucks.
Yeah, don't get me started on China either, because basically I'm not very happy with that country, because basically they're trying to actually ruin, our anime as well. I mean, freaking look at Tencent trying to actually push, like, push their money into, like, animation studios. Oh, and don't even get me started on Sony either. That is just a freaking Pandora's box that
How about the
I
fact? How about the fact that, I mean, other countries have been shown to be doing this too, like Germany, but China is basically arresting citizens who post memes that can't even be viewed because they get instantly blocked. And it's like, why even bother arresting these people? No one's going to see their memes because you got that shit blocked.
exactly. And basically China is actually a very authoritarian state, and I really don't want this country actually being like the next China. Personal opinion.
I'm just hoping. I'm just hoping the current guy running China, whatever, whatever has to happen for him not to be in power anymore. Just because I hate the fact that no one can talk about Winnie the Pooh just because someone made a joke about him looking like Pooh. And it's like, well, what happens to the people who like the character and maybe wants a Pooh Bear doll or something?
Exactly. Exactly. But here's the thing. They don't want to talk about it because basically they're afraid that it might actually start something. Basically, it's actually textbook totalitarianism. Try to control the thoughts of the people and make them think that everything's okay. I mean, it's like we actually keep saying 1984 was meant to be entertainment, not a how to manual.
Not how to be an asshole tyrant.
Exactly.
I was actually watching Murdered by Words, and I forget if it was for China or Korea, but it was one of the countries because this was a while back when I saw it. Someone said, "Oh yeah, dropping copies of the Notebook into this country is so gonna help them." And it turns out that the guy who came up with the idea chose this because the first movie he saw after he escaped was Titanic, and he realized how this was the most real thing because Jack, Leonardo DiCaprio's character, was willing to die to save the woman he loved. Though I call bullshit on that because you saw that door. That door was big enough she could have shoved her butt over to let him on. And then I'll never let go. And then she lets go of him and his corpse sinks.
Exactly, but here's the thing. Basically, people need to learn to differentiate fiction from reality. There's actually there's a line there. People don't understand that. Bless you.
I think it was Bill Burr. He's a comedian. He says women look at Titanic as romantic, but guys look at it like a horror film because obviously the women and children are going to be saved while the men have to be left on the sinking ship.
Exactly.
And I can't help but laugh because don't get me wrong, I like romance, I do, but I never understood the Titanic, mainly because of that door thing, because that damn thing was huge. She could have shoved her butt over, let him on the thing. I mean, yeah, maybe he'd have died of hypothermia or something, but it's still like you could scoot over and let him climb on the door.
Exactly, but that's just the thing. Basically, it's actually like the creators of. Whoops, sorry. There's a Facebook thingy, and I'm not gonna bother with it. So, I mean, oh, social media, social media, social media. What a freaking day and age we live in, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically, you have freaking Mark Cuckberg. I usually like to call him that because he actually runs Facebook.
Oh, I call Neil Druckmann
Neil
Neil
Cuckman.
Cuckman. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree, dude. I mean, I totally agree. I totally agree that basically, yeah, Neil Cuckman is actually nothing more than an idiot Sarkeesian suck puppet.
Someone posted a thing about him blocking them, and I don't know if I've been blocked or not, but it's like, oh, whatever shall I do if Neil Cuckman blocks me? And I have the eye rolling emoji, like, I don't care. Basically, he ruined a game with the sequel.
Exactly. Well, I actually hope you actually get better there, PC. I mean, basically, I understand. He said that his head hurts this morning, and well, try to actually see if he could get some rest, okay, man? Besides, you know,
Ibuprofen. Ibuprofen helps.
I know either that or Tylenol, but
My dad doesn't like Tylenol. He says it's pure poison.
yeah, true
I
that,
think
but
he might. I think he's scared of what happened back in the 80s. You
yeah,
know, some asshole. And that's why they started doing seals and stuff, because if the seal's broken, that means it's been tampered with or something.
ah. And it says that he's been having toothaches, and oof, good lord, that's what's
Ooh.
causing it.
Maybe
Oh,
he needs to see a dentist.
yeah, or yeah, maybe try some Oragel or something. I don't know if that might work or not for your toothache, but that's just my suggestion to therapy C. And basically, I'm kind of still debating on like doing some more like anime reviews and stuff like that. But with YouTube actually doing all this crazy nonsense, like blocking it and stuff like
I
that.
I think I actually sent you a message about this, but sad fat Betty inserted himself into a conversation between me and Otaku, and it's like, no one was talking to you. No one was talking to you. Why the fuck are you inserting your fat ass into people's conversations?
Basically, he just wants to be the center of attention. That's all. I mean, that's how freaking SJWs are these days. Yo, DBG, GTA for life. What's going on, my dude? I'm actually doing pretty good, man. It's just that basically we're just talking, like, there's just shooting
VTubers,
people right now.
Neil Cuckman.
Yep.
That's
VTubers
his
and Neil
name
Cuckman.
now. It's Neil Cuckman, not Druckman. I
It's
I know
Cuckman.
I know people have made the joke of drunk, but it's like, yeah, but anyone who's never heard druck instead of drunk probably won't know the difference. Whereas cuck, it's different enough.
Yeah, I prefer Neil Cuckman because basically it's more fitting for him because basically he's actually a male feminist and as I like to say, a freaking Anita Sarkeesian sock puppet. Basically, Anita actually has her hand right up freaking Neil's butt and making him talk like a freaking sock puppet.
Basically, Hello Puppet, only not as charming.
Exactly. Exactly.
And the hand puppet that's usually on your hand in that game swears like a sailor, so that says something when I'm saying that's more charming than this.
Okay, and yeah, freaking Yakuza Western Killa has actually done like a couple of videos talking about saying that I'm actually still weird for actually defending Rito of Healer and basically oh god. I'm yeah, sad fact that he is still pretty much,
The lovely Bones.
yes. Made another video on Rito of Healer mentioning me and basically I just blocked the guy and basically, I just want to see how much of an ass he can actually make of himself before he starts losing any more what do I want to say there? Any more screw ups per se.
The lovely Bones. Bones.
Huh.
Twilight. Because I don't care if Edward Collins is 17 years old. He's been 17 years old for over 100 years. So technically, he's more than cradle rocking.
Exactly, but that's just the thing.
Lolita.
Yeah, that's
Cutie. I love how no one questions this shit, but when it's anime,
oh, don't even get me started on the Holozaki thing because basically that shit just needs to die. Okay, seriously, but hell,
DBZ is asking if they can get on live with us.
hang on a second. I'll actually hold on just a second. Hang on. Let me just actually post the comment. And let's see here. Whoops.
Speaking of Uzaki-chan, the only time I've ever liked Abby was in fan art where she defends Uzaki by saying, ignore the people who are saying that your body's wrong. And I'm like, when the only thing that makes me like this character is a piece of fan art, you failed. You fucking failed.
All right, DVG, and he just wants to hate on something because everyone else is, and he refuses to understand the source material. Yeah, I totally agree with the Pirate Canvas here, and basically, I mean, I usually do thought videos on it after watching the censored version of the episode, but I just actually do that. Then I just wait for the uncensored episode and see all the good stuff. But I really do gotta say it's actually a really messed up anime, and also DBZ and GTA for Life. I've actually posted the link to in the comments. So
look, has the anime had anything like Goosh Goosh?
Basically,
because if it hasn't, it's already better than that.
You better look at. That won't be necessary because I already got my unemployment, so I don't think that's gonna work.
Well, no, I'm just saying you look at it, see what it has to say.
But anyway, like I was saying, basically people just don't really understand that there's a thing called creative freedom. It's actually how the creator of something uses their imagination to actually tell stories. Basically, freaking these people online do not, and I repeat, do not use the logical thinking when it comes to certain issues like that.
I love how Cuties got defended just because the director was a French woman of color.
What's up?
Yo, what's up?
Can you hear me? Oh shit! Am I on? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on.
French woman of color.
Oh man, this is fucking awesome. Holy shit.
Okay.
I
Anyway,
never been on a live before. I never been on a live before. This is my first time. So, I might get interrupted a few times, but this is fucking awesome. I'm literally on live. I'm so glad to be on here. Mr. Anime 343, I'm glad to talk to you in person, especially you, D&D girl. This is awesome. I'm just glad to be here. What's up, everyone?
Yeah, it's actually good to actually have you on. Basically, this is like our little like social gathering, and where we actually get together and just kind of vent on certain issues.
but like I was saying, it annoys me that Cuties gets defended because the creator slash director was a French woman of color, and that she said this was basically saying how wrong it is that girls are being exploited. And I'm like, well, then why didn't you get some very short women who could pass for teenagers then instead of, exploiting girls by making them look like little hookers?
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, why are you putting children inside of a movie like that anyway? Why is children being exploited like that? That shit should have just been banned off of Netflix. Period. Period.
I mean,
Just straight off the wax.
that's like me shooting a dog and saying, "Oh, animal cruelty is wrong." And it's like, "Yes, but I still shot a dog, so that kind of defeats the purpose of saying animal cruelty is wrong."
My
That's
point.
like the freaking thing that PETA does. It's like basically they do more harm than good. I mean, don't get me started on PETA.
Do you know the story about
Hold on,
the
let me edit my
Chihuahua
name.
puppy?
Okay.
There we go. Perfect. I had to edit my name because I fucking misspelled it.
Do you know the story about the Chihuahua puppy, guys?
No, not at all. I don't like reading stories like that because I don't like animal cruelty. And there's this. Okay, let me say this. There's this YouTuber online, but these pet YouTubers. Is in this Asian country, and they're just abusing dogs and animals just to get views and revenue. A couple of people made videos on it, but these dudes are fucked up. They're just putting these dogs in these situations, pretending they're saving them. It's fucking disgusting shit. I do not recommend checking out their channel. Do not give them any views. These people are fucking sick. It's bad enough because they're in another country, so we can't even reach those motherfuckers. And YouTube will not take them down. They will not. YouTube is just taking everyone else down. Recently, they took down a friend of mine called Lord Yamcha, Lord Above All Humans. Took down his channel twice, but they won't go after motherfucking people who's being weirdos online, like killing animals. Like, it's fucking stupid, man.
Well, anyway, the Chihuahua puppy story is PETA stole a Chihuahua puppy from a fenced in backyard that belonged to a 9-year-old little girl, and they euthanized it. And they said, "Well, we thought it was a stray." And I'm like,
What?
unless the house was abandoned, how the fuck did you think this dog was a stray when it was in a fenced in backyard? And they said, "We're sorry" to the
Oh
little
my
girl.
god.
I actually got blocked by them when they tried to pull shit about Steve Irwin when they had that Google Doodle for Steve Irwin. And I said, "Weren't y'all the one who took a little girl's puppy and euthanized it?" Instant blocked. And I'm proud of that because I'm like, yeah, I am not letting you live that down. You are not allowed to judge anyone when you do this kind of shit. And I've said it on Facebook to them. You are not allowed to say shit when you euthanized the little girl's puppy and didn't even care until you got backlash about it, that this little girl was upset because her dog that she left in her backyard while she went to school was taken from the backyard and euthanized.
Exactly, and
That's
Fire
fucked
Canvas
up.
actually brings up a good point. It's because you gotta have the virtue signaling. Basically, in fact, there's actually a study that says that basically people who virtue signal are actually crazed psychotic lunatics.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, trust me. I learned that from Clownfish TV.
Man.
That's that's how I've actually known about it.
People just need to stop doing retarded shit. That's all I have to say about that. Like, come on.
I'm almost to 1,000 followers on Twitter, and every time I see a new number at it, I'm like, who are you people? What the hell am I doing that you want to follow me?
Basically, I've been having, I've been having an issue with the freaking Twitter as of late. Basically, it's been freaking bouncing me around between 734 and like 720, 728. It's like, seriously, stop eating my friends, okay? Basically, I'm actually trying to, make a following for myself and have people actually, appreciate the things that I have done. But yet, they're freaking yeeting people right and left.
Also, Mr. Anime 343, you recently made a video about you being doxxed.
Yeah, basically, I was not happy. And basically, it turns out that this person was the same person that doxed my best friend, Anime 1992.
Are you serious? Wow, man.
Yeah,
wow.
basically.
That must
really
be really
worried
like
about
disturb. That's a disturbing thing. I've kind of been doxxed before, but it was by someone I actually knew. But that's way back when. But I know how it feels, and it's kind of disturbing because it's creepy. Like, yo, what if this person is like this person literally knows where I'm at? But I'm me personally. Don't come to my house. Please don't come to my house because I don't want to hurt. I don't want to kill anybody. That's my freaking thing. It's like I don't want to have to do that.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm worried about that because, I mean, I don't want anyone coming after me either, but it's more the fact I don't know what this creep would do because I live in between my uncles. My maternal uncles live in houses on either side of mine, and I live with my father, and I am just petrified of what these sickos would do if they went after my family.
What? Yeah, like these people don't have no mercy. They just dox people, and you don't know who you could get somebody killed, and you realize that, and and it's too late because you've been too busy fucking around on the internet doxing people,
Swatting,
and all of that. Like you don't do stuff like that. You get people in trouble like that, and then now you're setting yourself up. Like, come the fuck on, man.
I am glad though that law enforcement and stuff have started being like, if you basically swat someone and we find out it's you, you're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. And they need to seriously. Ugh, that shit bothers the fuck out of me. Like, oh, I'm gonna dox you because I don't like you. Okay, fuck you then. And why would you dox someone's personal information? Seriously.
Oh, and it seems that my doxer is actually just decided to actually freaking just join the live stream.
Oh boy.
Oh, fuck that bastard.
Yep, here he is. Basically, why don't you actually just do yourself a favor and yeet?
Did you yeet him?
Yes, I did.
Damn, I wish I could have at least gotten out that I don't trust people who have booty in their name. Don't get me wrong. I am
Virtuous.
I am kind of raunchy if given the chance, but it's like I wouldn't put Big Busty Jim or something in my username.
Yeah, and
No,
it's just
no.
oh my god. And then they want to put it on websites like Kiwi Farms and make like you're endangering people's personal like, bro, that shit is not cool. That is not fucking cool, bro. That is not fucking cool at all. That shit.
Look, if I got Jamie Marchie's personal address, the worst I do is send her a bag of gummy dicks with a note saying "eat a dick" and that's about it. I wouldn't basically be sending the cops after her or something, you know?
Yeah, me personally, I would do the same. I would do something similar. Like, if I was going to dox you, I probably. Oh man, that would be a good one because I'm real creative.
Or
What I
order a
would do, but
bunch of
yeah.
pizzas or something. Because I'm gonna be honest, you look at Jamie Marchie, and that girl obviously doesn't miss a meal, so she probably paid for the pizzas.
Me personally,
Yeah.
I would. I mean, someone's gonna probably pay for it and eat the pieces. So I mean, like, I don't know. I don't think that would do anything, honestly.
But that's the worst I would do. Is I basically, hell, I might send a fake hand that I bend into a middle finger, and that be about it.
But enough
Yeah,
on
I
that.
know that freaking, my doxer might be watching still, but basically I have a little message for them. Fuck off.
Wow. I never seen you really curse like that on your channel. That's the first. That's the first.
Basically,
Oh, oh, Gravity X12. So it's okay to dox KV, but no, I stand with Vic. No, I'm just saying that the worst I would do is send a gag gift from Spencer's. What KV does could get people killed.
Yeah. And that right there is fucking stupid.
but doxing, no matter what it is, like that's a no go for me because basically I do not condone any of this crap. But basically, if it's actually like if you're actually trying to damage someone's reputation and stuff like that, I flat out refuse to actually condone anything like that. And I'm gonna press X to doubt on KV hasn't done anything though. Lol. Yeah,
Devilish Bodhisattva, or however you say that stupid name. KV hasn't done anything though. LOL. Yeah. Yeah. I have seen them do shit. You can be in your little fantasy world, but I have seen them do shit.
exactly. Basically, it's like the equivalent of actually having DJ Kirkland saying that Japan is actually some sort of fantasy land where people of like LGBT plus community are actually suffering over there. When if you actually want proof on like on okay, guys, if you're freaking gonna troll me on this shit, I will block you. So consider this your only freaking warning.
Oh man. Shit is getting
Okay, we
oh.
got another yeah.
This is the
Yeah,
first time.
I just got a
Why
private
is
chat
it?
from someone.
Hold
How
on.
very
Why is
SJW. No, I'm not an SJW. I'm anti SJW. Thank you very much.
it on my when I get on my first live? Now it's trolls on here? Like,
It's probably just a fluke. If the next stream you're on, we get this shit again, then yeah, we won't be able to allow you to come because you obviously attract them.
I'm not attracting shit. Like, I don't bring these people. That's the thing. It's like, no, it's just that when I first came on, I was like, I'm gonna get on my first live. There's gonna be no issues. There's an issue.
Like, yeah, guys. Basically, I'm just gonna come out and say this, but basically, as a fan fiction writer, I really do enjoy spending most of my time giving off imaginative stories and stuff like that. But basically, I do draw the line.
So asking questions are trolling.
Basically, go ahead.
Look, I'm honest. I admitted that I probably would be petty and send dummy dicks to Jamie Marchi if I had her address. But I wouldn't do something that could get her hurt as much as I despise her for what she's done.
Also, if you want evidence, go to freaking Kiwi Farms, look up Booty Warrior of Light, and basically, you'll actually see the evidence there. Boom. Read them and weep.
I'm not saying I'm a saint. I would send a gag gift from Spencer's to Jamie Marchi. The reason I'm not going after Monica is I don't know what's going on with her and Ron. because there's proof Ron is an abusive piece of shit. So I don't know if she's getting
Dang.
the crap beat out of her or not, and I would feel terrible if that was the reason why she accused Vic of anything.
Dang, man.
And
That
Jasper
probably might be
edits.
the case. That probably might be the case because she needs to take her anger out on somebody. But I don't want to get in. I don't want to get into that Kick Vic stuff. Honestly, I don't want to get into the Monica. I don't like getting into that. You know.
Okay, you want some proof? How about an asshole who went to that umbrella guy's house and destroyed his mailbox? Told his wife that they hope she miscarried his second child. That good enough to prove KV are pieces of shit? That good enough for you?
Basically, these people are just trying to actually rile us up into thinking certain things. But also to Gasper edits, basically I was talking about VTubers earlier. Hang on, let me just pull it up for you there for a second. Basically, here's the thing about VTubers. Basically, earlier in the stream, I was talking about okay, it says never mind. I just read your subscription. There wasn't any evidence that proved that was true. Okay, basically, if you basically maybe you should actually go watch people like that Umbrella guy, Yellow Flash, Hero Hay, Nick Ricada, and stuff like that. They'll actually give you more context about it. But basically,
they won't do that because they basically believe maybe we should let the law deal with whether or not Vic is guilty instead of jury by social media. I mean, Clownfish TV got a bunch of crap and got blocked by Anime News Network because they said maybe we should let the law basically deal with this instead of deciding ourselves. And they've been getting shit about it ever since. They didn't say they believed Vic was innocent. They just said maybe we should let the law deal with this.
In fact, basically, here's another thing. Basically, how Ron was actually saying that, freaking, there's actually like 200 women.
Last I heard was 300, but still 200, 100. I have to question how Vic has that much stamina if he did do it.
This isn't tribalism. Basically, this is like our personal opinions. You don't actually have to agree or disagree with us. It doesn't matter, okay? Basically, these are just our personal opinions. You don't actually have to go and say, like, this is just tribalism. You know what's tribalism? Kick Vic. They're the tribalist ones.
Oh, okay. Here's my opinion. I like American comics better than manga or anime. I love anime, but I take comics over it. That's just me. That's my personal preference.
But basically nowadays, comic books are just what you're lying and presenting it as fact. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit.
Today, yeah, comic books are shitty because all this stuff going on. Like they should just get back to what made comics. In my personal opinion.
Problem with comics nowadays, besides the fact we apparently have to make the main character always female, and that's the thing that we need to be happy about is she's female, as opposed to a good story, and then she happens to be female. Like Kim Possible. Yeah, Kim Possible is female, but the stories, the episodes, they were great, and she just so happened to be the main character.
Yeah, exactly. It felt natural. Nowadays, it's just forced, and it's just an agenda, honestly.
But my biggest problem is every time they make a
LGBTQ plus.
Sorry, there's so many letters nowadays because we got to keep adding stuff. I'm getting confused. But basically, when it comes to a character, instead of making a new character, which This is why I like Luce from the Owl House, because she's bisexual, but she didn't start out straight like a character in a comic book. Iceman, oh, he's gay. Here's your gay representation. No, he's straight. You reskinned him as gay because you were too lazy and didn't want to make a new gay character.
Honestly, I didn't know that. Honestly, I thought like he was always gay because I wasn't paying too much attention at the time. I did not
No, he
know
started
that.
out straight.
Oh
You watch the
man.
90s series, he had a couple girlfriends.
Oh yeah. Shit, I forgot that. Man, Marvel is just fucking stupid now. They really need to
And
get
now
off that.
they're making a polyamorous, polygamous, I don't know which term to use, with Scott, Jean, and Wolverine, just so we can have all the ships, because some people like pairing Scott and Wolverine, even though Wolverine's been shown to pretty much like women and only women. But you also have the people who like Jean and Scott, Jean and Wolverine.
Listen, Marvel needs
So
to
they
get off. Marvel,
decided they're in a three-way.
Okay.
yo, Marvel needs to get off that fucking representation cocaine. They just be sniffing up. They just be putting booger sugar in their mouth. And, oh, we need to make more representation. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, and it says that I'm actually still infuriated about that, Gasper. It's like, basically, please don't make fun of anybody with like, any type of like cancers or anything like that. That's just completely
No,
disgusting.
that right there. I don't make fun of people with cancer. Now that shit, I don't. That shit blows me. That right there blows me because people are literally. That's a disease that people are literally. No, fuck that. I can't be.
Sadly, there are assholes. I mean, you know how many stories I read about schools basically suspending girls who decide to shave their heads to show support for their friends who have cancer because it's against the dress code, and it's like, but she's showing she supports her friend who has cancer, who doesn't get a choice on whether they're bald or not.
Dude, that is so fucked up and it's really disturbing. Like that, oh my god, that shit is like that shit just has me shaking right now. Like that shit pissed me off so bad.
I
Like,
understand, dude. I understand. You actually have a right to be angry. I mean, basically, I'm not gonna sit around and just tell you that you can't be angry. I mean, basically, if you want to be angry, just be angry and just get it out of your system. This is actually a venting zone. Basically, this stream is actually made to actually open up. And when I started doing live streams like this, basically, I actually feel like a giant weight is just being lifted off of my chest. And basically,
man,
I remember her thing's used as a meme now for people who are money grubbers. But the streamer yelled about it's $5 effing.
oh, Bad Bunny and Invader V. There are two people that I know that. Bad Bunny was the first one where she's like, $5 a month. How can you actually have hours of content and not $5 a month? It's like, seriously, woman, do you ever respect the people that actually enjoy your content and want to actually just be entertained? I mean,
yeah, like why? Okay, people always want to make money off their content. Like, why can't you just make good content? Why can't you just show off your talent and enjoy? I don't make no money off YouTube, and I don't want to ever do that. I just make it because I love the stuff I do, and I love making my content. I made a few rant videos that were just crazy, but it's just so like you all see. Okay, on my Neo 23 channel, you see my Tanami.
Wow, you're joking, right, Gasper? You're joking, right?
What?
it says her father lost, well, his job of her attitude, and he didn't do anything wrong. She made an apology video, and she said that she isn't sorry for what she isn't sorry, and she said that he that he was jealous of her.
How old is this girl? How old is she? Because if she's 18 at least, her dad should basically say, you know what? Your stupidity got me my job loss. You can go live on the streets for all I care because I'm not dealing with this shit anymore. Basically, let her see what it's like to be in the real world and then see if she's willing to act like the world revolves around her.
Yeah, basically, that makes two people have actually had to yeet off of this stream. And trust me, I'm just actually at my wit's end for this kind of crap because basically,
like I let my frustration. I know I let my frustrations out about certain stuff. That right there must be really frustrating. Like when that tsunami and Adult Swim like rant that I made on my Neo 23 channel. I was just so sick and tired of television and entertainment just being dumbed down every time, and it frustrates me. So I know how it feels to be really frustrated about something, you know. But that right there, with all these trolls and all that doxing, I know that must be like some weight.
Like I said, I'm not saying I'm a saint. I am petty. But again, I wouldn't
Yeah,
do something that could get someone killed.
yeah, I know that. Whew, that's
Yeah,
actually
someone
honestly
might
tough.
feel like their fifis got hurt because I sent them a bag of gummy dicks. But unless you're allergic to gelatin, the gummy dicks aren't really going to hurt you.
exactly. And basically, this is just my personal thesis here. But basically, if people can't learn to take a joke and just, learn to actually, be better people, then what's the point? I mean, if you're just going to sit there being butthurt all the time over something and just, you just take your frustrations out on social media, nobody, a freaking, you know what I say? Take your phone and call someone who cares. Because I don't.
Oh, oh.
I mean,
Damn.
basically, back in my time, back when I was a kid, I always
No,
heard,
I'm reading Gasper's thing. She
oh,
has
what's
100. She has over 100 cents giving her money because her dad kicked her out. Dad did the right thing. She needs to learn. And she has her own apartment now while her son's paying her bills. Funny thing is, may take 5 or 10 years, but her looks will fade and everyone will leave and she won't know how to do shit because she's basically relied on her looks to get what she wants.
Which is pathetic. Like, dude, have some skills, man. Like that's a problem that people have. Like they rely on things that is gonna fade within the next decade, and you need to learn how to develop certain kind of skills because that
That's the
shit is
thing
not
about
gonna
Amber
last
Heard.
forever.
That's the thing about Amber Heard. The only reason she has anyone defending her anymore is because she's mildly attractive, but looks
Mm.
fade. I mean, in Johnny's case, I don't know what the hell he's doing to still look good at his age, but
Johnny Depp.
yeah. But the
yeah,
point
yeah.
is,
Hmm.
looks fade. She's gonna be a withered husk one day, and she's not gonna be able to do anything. So she really needs to stop stirring the shit. She had Disney on her side, and she decided to sue them for information on Johnny Depp. Now they're
Hey,
suing her.
hey, who knows? Some people might like the old lady, so she might get a little something when she gets old. So I don't know.
Yeah. I'm
They're
not
like,
touching
oh,
that,
I
okay?
like, huh?
I'm not touching that. So
Hmm?
that I'm just gonna leave it right there.
Yeah, let's just leave it right there.
Who's Kyle
Yeah,
Jenner?
yeah, that's all I like to know. Freaking who the hell is Kyle Jenner? Pardon my French, but
If you
Um,
mean Kylie, then okay, I know who that is.
yeah, I think. Yeah, I kind of forget. My memory is kind of blurry on that shit.
She's related to Kim
Hmm.
Kardashian.
Oh.
I know. I was never into the Kardashians,
I hate the
and
Kardashians. I don't want to have nothing to do with them. I don't want to even think
and
about
when
them.
the show was revealed to be canceled, all of Twitter,
Really?
or or at least what I saw, were upset about it. I'm like, that show was still on the air.
I'm glad they canceled that. I didn't know they canceled it. Like, I'm glad they canceled that retarded ass bullshit.
I mean,
Shit
there
is
was an
not even
app game.
entertainment.
There was an app game for Kim Kardashian that was also on Facebook, and I played it a little. I'm like, oh, this is so boring.
Why would they make a game out of the worst kind of reality, whatever show that was? Why? There's so
Whatever
many.
makes money. And the fact that the show was on long enough that when I saw it was finally being canceled, I was like, it was still on the air, is more than enough to tell you it must have been making money.
They put energy into making a game of the Kardashians. They still hadn't made a proper Superman game yet. The fuck is wrong with these guys?
Yeah, it's just pathetic. I mean,
What am I
basically,
willing to put up with? Not fucking this.
yeah. So starting you brave, just to actually have something like freaking Abby from freaking Last of Us 2 trying to actually make think that it's actually fun to actually have a character like Abby and just have her do sex scenes like that. It's
I mean, I've seen plenty of sex scenes, so that didn't bother me. But hold on, let me say something right quick. Let me say something about the whole Abby and Yuzaki thing, because I've been wanting to say this for a long time. I need to say this. I need to get this out. There was a picture of Abby eating fetuses from Yuzaki-chan because I believe Yuzaki-chan was getting raped. I think that was the concept, so she kept getting pregnant, and Abby kept eating the fetuses.
Okay. I managed to block that from my memory, but you brought it back.
Oh, I am so sorry, but I gotta say something to the guy who drew that. I gotta say this. Let me say this. Suck a dick. I don't know why someone will go out their way to draw that. That was disgusting. I get that people draw pictures of characters they hate in situations, but that's taking it too far. And the whole hate on Yuzaki-chan is stupid. I mean, why does people even hate her? I never understood that. And why is people making Abby punch her in the face? So, like, why would Abby punch her in the face? Like, what reason she would have?
It's because
Yeah.
Uzaki-chan is short and stacked, and she kind of looks young for her age, but she's legally an adult, and people don't like that she gets more likes than the big buff ogre woman.
I'm not gonna lie, I like my masculine females, but why make stuff like that? It's stupid and it's pointless.
I'm not gonna lie, I found Pink Diamond's Rose Quartz persona kind of hot.
Yeah,
And I like
I'm not gonna lie.
Amethyst. And I like
I'm not gonna lie,
Amethyst
that
from
was nice.
I like Amethyst from Steven Universe, but it's like there are some things I cannot stand. Hell, I find orc women kind of cute too. But if they're so muscular that it's like their arms would explode, that's not attractive to me.
Yeah, like that shit is nasty. I like a woman that's cut and that's kind of muscular, but have your feminine stuff going on. Like, I don't want to see that all that over the top muscle. Like, come on, man.
It's the same with basically the how are you not having a heart attack by just breathing characters. I don't mind chubby girls. As I said, I like Amethyst and she's kind of chubby like but I don't understand female characters that are so fat that it's like they should just have a heart attack by just moving their eyeballs.
Yo. Speaking of someone who's like fat and all of that, I want to say this about Yakuza Western Killer because I needed to say this. I'm sorry. Let me say this. Yakuza Western Killer was calling Mr. Anime 343 fat. This dude cannot be talking. Like, every sentence he makes.
No. I know that is hilarious to me because I watched like a couple minutes of the first video, I think, and the minute he called anime Chinese cartoons, I'm like, done.
Yeah, and it's like every sentence he makes is like he runs out of breath. Like, every word, it's not even a whole sentence. Like, half a sentence, he's running out of breath. Like, oh, Mr. Anime is a fat Cheeto fingered asshole. Like he just like loses breath every sentence he makes. Like, dude,
In all
you can't be
honesty,
talking when your fat ass is like that. Like,
in
go
all
get go.
honesty, when he, I've been calling him Sad Fat Betty, but when I first saw him, I thought he was a woman because he had the Karen haircut.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a cool hairdo, but listen, he looks like a girl. Like he looks like, and then he wants to call like Mr. Anime 343 gay. He called him a pedophile, saying he's attracted to 3-year-olds. Dude, you look like you be sucking dick on the low. So don't be talking about someone being a pedophile when you look like you be getting booty banked by motherfucking Fleece Johnson every night, you fucking fat fuck.
Okay, Mr. Anime, what what short character did you show attraction to that this idiot is saying you're into 3-year-olds? Because that's the only time they ever say people are pedophiles who are anime fans is when it's lolicon characters. Legally adults, but because they're childlike, it must mean you're a pedophile because they're childlike.
Well, basically, let's just say that I usually like to share like some schmentoy like pictures that I actually find off the internet of like multiple anime series and stuff like that. And basically, let's just say I actually found some schmentoy of the Don't Bully Me Miss Nagatoro character, and she was actually having some backdoor fun with her senpai. And he actually releases inside of her.
Clapping those cheeks. Like I said, Yakuza Western Killer can't be talking when his ass is losing breath every sentence with his fat ass. He needs to go take a jog or something. Even then, that won't help. That'll probably take you several years. You need to go like do something extra that will make you lose that nasty ass weight. Talking about how someone else is fat.
DBZ. You are of color, right? Because the SJWs will throw a fit if you're not.
Am I a what?
A person of color.
Because you can't use the N word unless you're a person of color.
I am. I'm like mixed or something. I'm like mixed. So yeah, but I mean, I don't really use the N word all the time. I really don't. I don't really use the N word.
I'm just making sure because the SJWs will start reading if you use the word and you're not of color.
Man, fuck them. Like seriously, like, bro, like, listen. I don't really listen. If you're not a person of color and you're using the N word, I need to know why you're using the N word. But honestly, I really don't care. Like, I'm mixed, and I'm like, it's like it doesn't really matter to me. Like, these SJWs are stupid. They just want to use any little outlet to get mad and put out their frustrations. Like, go masturbate or something. Go release that stress some other way. Like, seriously, stop getting mad over it.
I think it's GTA, but it's the meme. Where someone is talking to this character. I'm not really into the game series, so
when they roast Franklin, like talk about his yeezy ass haircut.
Yeah, more roasting Franklin. And basically, my best friend Jason. Okay, go ahead there, D&D girl.
Basically, when it's characters like Vegeta or All Might being used, light-skinned characters, the comments, it's like, I need popcorn as I read it, because everyone's like, they can't be saying that, they're pale skin. And I'm like, yes, but they're not white, they're Japanese. Hell, Vegeta doesn't even count as Japanese because Vegeta's an alien. He's basically Japanese Superman or something.
Yeah,
just like Goku.
Yeah, Goku is my dude. But as you can tell. But still, like, I don't know, man. These people just get offended. Oh, you said nigga and you're white. The person may not be racist and they just like saying nigga.
If the Boondocks has taught me anything, it's that people are idiots and the N-word technically doesn't have to be a slur.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I like watching the Boondocks myself. But also DBZ dude, basically, here's the thing about me though. I'm actually a mixed bag. So here are some of my heritages: Irish, Scottish, French Canadian, Scandinavian, Norwegian, African American, and Navajo Native American.
Huh. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I actually told him when he told me about the Navajo thing, I'm like, holy crap, you're the first pale-skinned person I met that actually can back up that they're Native American, because it seems like everyone and their grandma has a Native American ancestor. And it's like, unless you take the 23andMe, how do I believe you, you know?
I don't really trust that 23andMe, but that's just me. No pun intended.
Yeah, in fact, my mom actually did the ancestry thingy, so that's how I actually found out like half of like some of my heritages.
But
I mean,
how long has this PS4 been on? Oh, hold on. I've been playing the PS4 a lot and I'm watching a lot. Sorry.
If we ignore what Roseanne Barr did in real life, hence why we have the Connors now instead of the show being called Roseanne still, which I never understood that, because if it's supposed to be focusing on Darlene, shouldn't it be called Darlene? But that's beside the point.
It's oversensitive media. They're pushing this. They're trying to use race and weaponize it against the people, so we won't see the real problem in the world. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to weaponize all of these things against us, so we won't come together and look at the real enemy, which is these assholes in power making our lives worse. And I keep telling people that, but they don't believe me.
But the original series, before they continued it with the Connor kids being grown, they had the Thanksgiving episode where one of the mothers was horrified at the Native American teacher deciding to have a thing where the pilgrims were wearing black suits. I think, I forget the movie, but I think it was based off the movie where the guys in black suits were named after colors like Mr. Pink and stuff.
Oh, Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, but you have the pilgrims wearing black suits and the little pilgrim hats, and they're holding guns and they pretend to shoot down all the Native Americans. And one of the parents says, "I can't believe you would do this for a Thanksgiving play." And and several of the parents are like, "We should be talking about how they were friends and stuff." And basically Roseanne and the Native American teacher call them out, and the woman says, "That's not true. My great-grandmother," and the Native American teacher says, "was an Indian princess," and she said, "Yeah." And he says, "We don't have princesses. We elect our leaders." And it's like, so Pocahontas in Disney would basically be the equivalent of the president's daughter as opposed to a princess.
Yeah, anyway, I actually just had to look for this, and I just wanted to show you this. This is actually my biological dad.
Ooh.
Wow.
I mean, basically, if you actually take him, my paternal grandmother, and my late great uncle, and you actually put us all in the same room, you can tell we all have the same face, because it actually comes from my great grandmother on my father's side.
Wow, guy looks like a kind dude in that picture. I'm not gonna lie. Like he has that wholesome energy.
Yeah, basically, this was actually back when he graduated high school, and that was back in '88, and I was born in '89. So,
my favorite thing to do when Martin Luther King Day or his birthday happened was when people said he'd be disappointed with his people today. I basically posted the "Reason You Suck" speech from the Boondocks saying, "This is kind of what we can imagine what he would say."
Oh God!
Wow. Because in the
Boondocks was extremely funny. It was the funniest anime I've ever seen.
Yeah,
and
the creator, who is a person of color, always gets hate from other black people because it's like, oh, how can you do this? And it's like,
because he's
geez.
honest about that kind of stuff, and it's hilarious. And why are they getting offended? They probably laughing about it as well, like all the characters in the Boondocks just being like the way they are. They're I'm
and
sorry.
also, here's a little known fact. It turns out that since it is kind of anime inspired, it turns out that the creator Aaron McGruber actually happens to be a fan of anime as well. I mean, basically, he
I
actually
mean, it has
drew
to be.
some inspiration from Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo.
Which are though I like those shows. Dude,
I'm trying to find Afro Samurai because when it was on the air, it was on a channel we didn't have because we didn't buy, the good cable.
they will not put that on TV today. There's no way they'll put that on with all the sensitive crap that goes on. Now, when it comes to Cowboy Bebop, it's such a relaxing show. Like I fall asleep every time. It's such a smooth show every time. Like when I was a kid watching it, it's the smoothest show I've ever seen. Like it's the smoothest anime ever.
I forget the name of the TV trope, but basically it's a thing of pretending to know what you're talking about. And they had a newspaper article as an example with Ed from Cowboy Bebop, and it says Cowboy Bebop at his computer. I'm like, oh my soul.
Wow.
But
Oh,
it
my
turns out
soul.
that, but here's the thing. It turns out that Ed is actually a girl.
Yeah, that's why I said, oh my soul, because it's like, God damn it. Damn it. This better have been before Google, because a quick Google search would tell you, one, Ed is not named Cowboy Bebop. Two, Ed is a girl. And three, Cowboy Bebop is, well, maybe not the bebop part, but cowboy is a term used for bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, oh
So
boy, oh
that
boy.
hurt me when I read Cowboy Bebop at his computer, and it's like, oh, my soul, my anime soul, you're killing me.
I mean, basically, here's the thing. I actually started getting into anime ever since, my sisters actually had to force me to watch freaking Sailor Moon. I mean, I didn't get into it at first because I felt a little cheesy for actually, watching a magical girl anime, and
Have you watched stuff of any country from the 90s? Everything was cheese. I still hold a special place in my heart for Street Sharks, but looking back at it now, it's like, damn, this is cheesy.
basically,
But it has
I mean,
so much quality at the same time. It was so great at it. But I was born in '98, so.
Well, I mean, like there was a swordfish called El Suardo that ends up being fused with his trainer and becomes a swordfish mutant.
yeah, but basically another show that I used to like as a kid,
And he
but I
didn't even
still,
look like a swordfish. He had a drill on his nose instead of a sword thing.
yeah, and basically another thing, I actually used to watch this cartoon back when I was a kid, and I still love it to this day. And I don't actually find it cheesy at all. I just find it completely nostalgic. Biker Mice from Mars. Dude, I used to love that show, and I still love it to this day. I'm just glad I actually got to relive my childhood.
Toxic Crusaders.
Hey, you guys,
Imagine-
any of you guys, I'm sorry, but any of you guys like Captain Planet? I know that's corny, but I really like Captain
I
Planet.
remember Captain.
Oh, yeah.
I love Captain Planet. I'm sorry. I love that show.
Recently, my dad was watching a news story about a woman because apparently it turns out that our bodies are now absorbing plastic because of all the pollution and stuff. This woman, thanks to Captain Planet, came up with an enzyme that should help break down the plastic in people's bodies and stuff. And she was inspired by Captain Planet. I'm like, holy shit, I wonder what the creators would what the creators would think if they saw that someone actually was able to find something to help us thanks to Captain Planet.
Exactly.
Captain Planet. I love that dude.
Oh man, I love Captain Planet as well. I mean, both my sisters and I, love watching Captain Planet every morning before we go to school. It's like, we'd actually get up early in the morning. We'd actually turn it on Boomerang, watch some Captain Planet, and then wait for the bus.
Oh, that is, man, good old days, man.
But
God.
basically, going back to the Toxic Crusaders cartoon, I watched when I was like 2 or 3 years old with my older brother, and I loved the show. But imagine my horror when I saw the movies that it was based off of, the Toxic Avenger, and being like, this is nothing like Toxic Crusaders. What the hell?
Yeah.
Also, have y'all seen Don Cheadle's thing of Captain Planet? Everybody's a tree.
No.
Look up
Nope.
Don Cheadle Captain Planet. It is hilarious.
I'm gonna have to check that one out to see.
Let me see this. Hold on. Let me see this.
I'll actually check it out after we close up the stream. So I'm just gonna do this for about another hour. So
no, I'm checking it out right now. Oh
okay.
God, that's stupid shit. You look so retarded. I mean, I like the effort, I like the passion, but God, like, you just don't look right in the suit.
Well, let's be honest. It doesn't matter who would play Captain Planet. Live action would never work for Captain Planet.
Yeah, let's just leave it as a cartoon, because basically, it's like, Avatar: The Last Airbender, for instance. Basically, when M. Night Shyamalan did, a live-action rendition of the cartoon.
Look, man, I gotta say something about that right quick. Hold on. That movie did get some things right, but they went too far. Like, they made it was too kind of like, I don't want to use the term edgy. I don't want to use it.
And it's like, have you not watched the show M. Night? They tell you how to pronounce his name.
Like, it's not Ong, it's Ang. Like, M. Night Shyamalan, he can make some good films. He can, but he dropped the ball on that one. I was like, yeah, that movie is not that good. It went too edgy. I don't want to use that term for it, but that's the only term I can find. Like, it was too kind of like dark. It didn't have any lightheartedness like that. It felt bland.
I'm gonna say this. I can let Aang being played by a white boy go, because Aang was pretty pasty in the show, but casting white actors for Katara and Sokka, and it's like, did you watch the show?
I'm pretty certain he did, because he did get the intro right, but he was like, you know what? I can't find any real actors that can really look like Katara or Sokka, so let me just get some white guys. White boy and white girl, so yeah.
Okay, I can understand if you couldn't get any Inuit people, since that's what it's based off of, but you could do what Chris Rock says and get some people who are like Hispanic or something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Chris Rock said, that ain't Pocahontas, that's Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that movie was not all that. Same with Dragon Ball Evolution. Now, let me tell you something. Everyone and their mom hates Dragon Ball Evolution. You want to know why I don't hate it as much as everyone else, and I don't follow the crowd with the rest of the Dragon Ball community? I don't look at it as Dragon Ball. I don't look at it as that. And by itself, it could have been a good movie, but because it had the Dragon Ball title and it was trying to be like Dragon Ball, it just wasn't a good Dragon Ball film.
It turns out they got Akira Toriyama to help them, but they threw his script out and did their own thing. And it's like, why'd you even bother getting him then?
I don't know. Sorry.
In fact, Super only exists because Akira Toriyama says, here's what I would do. The movie was so bad that Akira Toriyama's like, you know what? Let me make my own shit that would be worthy of a movie.
And he made Dragon Ball Battle of Gods and Dragon Ball Dragon Ball Super was fucking trash. I'm sorry, I gotta say it. I hated Dragon Ball Super. It was nothing compared to GT. GT was way better. I think it was better. Akira Toriyama dropped the ball on that show. Like, I don't hate Dragon Ball Evolution as much as Super. Why? Because I can watch Evolution one time and never watch it again. You have to watch 130 episodes of that fucking failed garbage. I'm sorry, I did not like Dragon Ball Super. I like Z, I like GT, I like Ball, but Super, oh god, the art style was bad. It was fucking terrible. That
I
showed.
haven't really been watching Super after most of the voice actors were basically assholes to the fans who were like, could we please see the proof that Vic did something?
But you
Exactly.
know, yeah, but and then you have all these fanboys who say Super Saiyan 4 Goku get one shotted by Super. No, GT Goku would fucking demolish Dragon Ball Super Goku with literal ease. Like he will demolish most of the cast except for the Angels. I actually did research on that.
My only thing the only thing I don't like when it comes to Dragon Ball period is the whole Superman thing. Because I call bullshit on the rematch that Superman would still fucking win.
Oh, hold on. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Superman will fucking demolish Goku too. Here's why. This dude has done some of the craziest shit in his comics. While there's different versions, a lot of those versions of Superman is overpowered as fuck. I don't think Goku would beat Superman like at all. That's just my personal opinion. Not even Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
I'm talking about the rematch.
Oh, the rematch. Well, the rematch was kind of iffy, but they went with the same conclusion that they went with in the first one. That's what I'm thinking. So, I like if Super Saiyan 4 Goku couldn't beat Superman, how the fuck is Ultra Instinct, which doesn't even last that long, is gonna beat Superman or Super Saiyan Blue? How? How? Like the first conclusion was already like whatever. Why make another one if Goku is just gonna lose even worse?
I'm going with Epic Rack Battles thing. Green rocks. Goku is not hindered by green rocks. And his personality don't get changed by different colors of said rocks either. Do you know the pink kryptonite makes Superman gay?
No, I didn't know that. But
yeah,
let's skip that one. I don't want to talk about that because that is stupid as fuck.
Yeah,
DC should have never made that.
He gets exposed to pink kryptonite, and Lois Lane gets jealous when he starts showing attraction to what's his name, the doofy kid. He's the redhead. He's usually white and red.
Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, he starts showing attraction to Jimmy Olsen, which
I'm like, DC, why would you go that far?
How old is Jimmy Olsen? Because he looks kind of young to me, so that gets kind of creepy.
Superman's like, oh, well, I'm attracted to Jimmy. Man, take that fucking pink kryptonite out of the goddamn comics, please. Now, me personally, Goku gets weaker every time he loses ki. When he loses ki, he's vulnerable like a human being. But Superman, all you need to throw kryptonite in him, boom. What I did like about the first death battle is that Goku destroyed the kryptonite. It showed how wholesome he was. You know, I like that because Goku is a very wholesome character. People seem to forget and just think, oh, Goku is a bad father. Nah, he's not. People don't pay attention.
For when it comes to fellow heroes, I can like Goku for basically being like, nah, I want this to be a fair fight. But I am still mad at Goku for giving fucking Cell a Senzu bean.
That was stupid. In the Moro arc, he did the same thing just recently by giving Moro a Senzu bean. I'm like, punk ass Goku.
Senzu beans.
Yeah, I'm like, Goku, did you learn from Cell? Man, this dude is an idiot. That's why I like GT Goku, because he learned. Dragon Ball Super Goku is a fucking idiot, and he's a faggot, and he's a weak bitch. Can't stand that dude in Super. I'm sorry for anybody who's disturbed, but fuck Dragon Ball Super.
Mr. Anime, if there were any edits done for Dragon Ball, the Cell arc, I want someone to edit either Chi-Chi or Bulma into the scene, and someone say, Goku, you idiot! Why the hell would you give him a Senzu bean? He's trying to destroy the Earth.
I would probably edit that because I am a what if battle editor. And I'm recently making GT Goku versus Super Goku because all of them on YouTube is just Super Goku being wanked and being GT Goku like the fan faggots they are. No offense. But you know, like I'm gonna be very honest with you. I think GT Goku, when I'm making a what if battle now, it's taking a very long time. It took me 2019 all the way up to now to keep finishing it because I have life stuff and I got a lot of other things to do. So I probably might edit that, but who knows? But yes,
Have you
I'm
ever
currently.
seen Ben 10? And I mean like the originals, not the newest thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I used to remember that. That was actually
I
kind of like
love
my
Ben
childhood
10.
right there. I mean, basically,
I loved Ben 10. I loved Alien Force. I even loved the thing after Alien Force. Don't love the new thing because
The
I'm
new
not a
thing is
fan of
just
the
meh.
animation. But the death battle of him versus Green Lantern pissed me off because basically, if you watch, you've seen Ben's hand just above the Omnitrix get sliced off and start looking for his body to return to it. It walks on its own, but they make it seem like that's the best way for Green Lantern to win. And I'm like, that's not how that would work. Because
Yeah,
Ben
and
10 would be
also
like I'm still nearby. Back onto Ben's arm. That's not how it would work.
okay, and in defense of Green Lantern, he is fucking overpowered. He would definitely give Ben 10 a run for his money. In regards to Alien X, he would give Alien X a good fight because Green Lantern is hacked. He's very hacked. But I don't technically think he would win, but that's a really good match. In Death Battle, they chose right, but the execution it wasn't that good. But the match, the idea, fucking perfect. I love it.
Look,
Love
I'm
the
going to
freaking
say
idea.
this. I need to rewatch everything just to be for sure. But I'm pretty sure if Ben got shot in the chest or something, the Omnitrix would not be able to save him. So if they had
Yeah,
done something like
exactly.
that, I'd have been like, okay, the Omnitrix can't do resurrection. But that bullshit that he cuts off Ben's hand and that's enough, and I'm like, no, his hand has been shown to walk on its own looking for him.
Exactly. So, I mean, they left a lot of things out in that death battle, but Green Lantern could beat Ben 10. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you on that. But Ben 10 could beat Green Lantern. It's a possibility. That's a good matchup. That's balance. All these mismatches, nah, man, I don't like that. I like balance. Green Lantern and Ben 10 is the most balanced matchup I've seen, but the execution was just bad on Death Battle's part. I think they
Basically,
needed
it's
a little
like
bit more.
basically it's like Dungeons and Dragons. It's who rolls better.
Yeah,
You know, basically who has fate on their side.
pretty much.
yeah, and basically another thing, guys, about the freaking Booty Warrior of Light, he was actually going through some like fan fictions and stuff like that. That's how he was actually targeting me because I was actually writing an erotic fan fiction for Soul Eater, and that's how he was actually kind of actually just drilling on me for that.
So you're a fan fiction writer. I've seen worse with Dora the Explorer. And I
What,
only
like
found
what?
that out.
Please tell me. Please tell me. Because Dora the Explorer is kind of interesting when it comes to fan fiction. In my mind, like, tell me, what did you find? Because I need to know.
Well, this was when I found out about Roll 34 for the very first time,
Oh my motherfucking god!
and they said if it exists, there is porn of it. And I'm like,
I'm
no,
pretty certain there's porn of Dora.
that can't be true. So I basically turned my filters off on Google and just Googled the first thing plus Roll 34, the most innocent thing I could think of plus Roll 34, and I wish I had it now. I wish I had it.
Yeah, they probably do have some fan fictions of Dora being shipped with her monkey friend. I don't. They have a whole bunch of stuff. I don't mind
Dora and
pornography,
Boots
but
getting it on.
Yeah,
oh, I can imagine that in my head. Why? Because they would to really make some shit like that. Like the internet is desensitizing. Something that you think is not possible, they can make that shit possible.
The Dora the Explorer movie is not gonna help with that.
Yeah,
no,
especially with the actress they got. It's like, oh yeah, she's so hot. Oh, I'm gonna get her. Nah,
Dora
oh
is a
god.
4-year-old, and they decided, you know what? Let's go with teenage Dora. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh,
Oh, they would be like, oh yeah, now it's gonna be real. That these guys are fucking ridiculous. You
You
gotta
know
love
what?
the internet and its shenanigans.
You know why the one joke in Family Guy where they have Stewie writing a Dora the Explorer erotic fanfic is funny and sad at the same time? Because it happens. It
It did
actually
happen,
happens.
and
Oh,
people are literally
it's an
people really like
incest fic
Dora.
too, because it's Dora getting it on with Diego, her cousin.
Oh no, that's incest. I don't fuck with that incest shit. Now that right there, fuck that. I don't care about anything else, but that incest shit, no.
Yeah, that as I've told Mr. Anime, if anyone ever does a Sailor Moon abridged, they need to reference the first English dub of Uranus and Neptune being cousins instead of lovers.
Oh
Yeah,
god, no.
exactly. But basically,
Speaking
they
of
just had
Sailor Moon, I love Mercury. I love Sailor Mercury. She's my girl. I love her. Okay, I'm an artist.
But
I will. Oh, sorry.
basically because this was the 90s and we still had uptight assholes who didn't like the thought of two people of the same sex loving each other. Neptune and Uranus became cousins instead of lovers. But the fact they held hands and stuff didn't help, so I told Mr. Anime if they ever do a Sailor Moon abridged, I want them to make the two say, "We're cousins and we're from Alabama and we love each other." And then you
Sweet
get
home Alabama.
yeah.
Dude, that
Also, another
Alabama
thing
stuff
that
is
really
funny.
irritates me is how like Viz Media decided to actually hire this freaking asshole by the name of DJ Kirkland.
DJ who?
DJ Kirkland. Basically, he's an advocate for censorship, and basically, he made this tweet back in 2016 saying that basically Japan is actually just an amusement park, and he's actually saying that there's actually LGBT plus suffrage in Japan, which is
Well,
actually a huge extra doubt for me.
well,
Okay, I'm
DJ
gonna be
Kirkland can
honest.
suck a Kirkland dick. That's what he can do.
This is news to me because a lot of my Japanese friends I talk to online say we don't really have a problem. I mean, our birth rate is already low from people from guys not wanting to get married and playing dating sim games.
That's
Two
what
women
I'm.
or two men together isn't really much of a problem.
So let me say this. I don't like that. Like Japan should really just start. People in Japan should really just start clapping the cheeks with each other because the birth rate is low. And what if something happens? You know, you need people to get married and clap, and then the way they date over there is like, oh no, like there needs to be some changes over there, in my opinion. And then the workers that make these animes, they get paid so little money, like they be getting carpal tunnel in their hand. Like, bro, the Japan, the lifestyle in Japan is like it's cool, but there's certain things that got to change for what I've heard because that shit sounds bad over there. Not as bad as China, have I heard, but it's pretty bad over there in Japan when it comes to certain things.
Yeah, I totally agree, but this is just my personal thesis, but
Okay.
basically, I think this whole freaking thing about what DJ Kirkland said is just basically it's just freaking blatant and just disrespectful to the culture that actually made anime, and yet Viz Media actually freaking hires them on, and basically he even actually bashed against anime fans. I mean, how freaking stupid is that?
Kirkland sounds like an idiot. He just
DBT,
sounds like.
have you heard the stupidity the SJWs started with the movie Soul?
Soul?
The Pixar movie.
I haven't really seen that movie. I'm not too sure. Let me see. Let me go on my search. Soul. God, this dude look ugly as Captain Planet.
The point is,
he don't look as ugly as Yakuza Western Killer though. I'll take him over that dude any day. So let me see.
Well,
Soul Pixar.
Well,
never seen this.
Well, it's a brand new movie, but when you're not focusing on the souls that are either being created to be born or passing on because they died. The human cast is mostly black people, and when it comes to like America or Britain or something, okay, I can understand, find people of color for those roles. But the SJWs are throwing a hissy fit over Japan not casting black people to do the Japanese voices. I'm like, I'm just imagining a bunch of
You're trying to refer to that thing with that one character from My Hero Academia, right?
Yeah,
no.
America.
Yeah, she is attractive. She is I like her.
Oh no, I
She's
know.
cool as hell. But
know.
why would they get mad at that? Not everyone that's colored should have a stereotypical black person saying, "Oh yeah,
No,
what's
no,
up?"
no.
No.
No, the SJWs are getting upset because Japan isn't hiring when it comes to, translating it into Japanese so Japanese viewers can see the film. They're not hiring people of color and instead getting Japanese people. I'm like, have you seen Japan? Outside of tourists, there's really not a lot of black people living in Japan.
Like, what is wrong with these SJWs? It's like there's something not really. Their screws are loose. There's something not clicking in their brains that's making them just be stupid. Like something did happen to them. I don't know what happened. There's something in the water, something in the food. I don't know
Look,
what the
all
fuck's
I'm
going.
imagining is some black guy getting off a plane, coming for a vacation in Japan, maybe Tokyo or something, and a little Japanese woman saying, "Okay, do you know Japanese?" And the guy saying, "Yeah, I learned it so I could, go through the country and stuff without problems." Okay, we need you to be a voice actor because we're getting a lot of hate for not hiring people of color for translating. He's like, I'm here on vacation. That's just what I imagine now is people coming for vacation being forced to voice act if they know the language just so SJWs will leave fucking Japan alone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
and
no.
that's
Eventually, these anime fans like you and me, we're gonna wind up ending up punching one of these SJWs in the face one day.
yeah,
They're gonna be crying all about that because people's gonna get tired of videos like you want to keep bashing Uzagi-chan, you want to keep bashing this, you want to keep bashing that. Bow right in the face. I
yeah.
can see that.
I still want to do that to someone, but Gasper Edits actually says, question, do Twitter users get offended really fast and try to cancel the most stupid things?
From what I've seen, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the answer is yes. Pretty much. Basically they always find the stupidest of things to actually just, bitch on and just, try to cancel someone over. Which I kind of find is completely stupid.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Trump, but that stupidity of it's racist to get your child a white dog. It's a dog.
It's
I
a
have a
dog.
black
Dogs are
dog.
not
I
dogs.
have
I
a
don't
little
believe
black
are like.
dog. Are people gonna say I'm racist because I have a little black dog? Or are they gonna say, oh well, you obviously want to own a black person or something because you have a little black dog?
I'm
And
gonna
I'm gonna
say
be
this.
like,
I want to say this. I'm sorry. I want to say this. I heard something really stupid. Like, so I heard someone say, "Oh, a pit bull is a black person's dog." You fucking idiot! Anybody can have a pit bull. You dumb fuck. I hate when people try to put something with a particular race. It's like, dude, having a dog is universal. It don't matter what it is. A pit
Jesus,
bull,
that's like saying only Hispanic people can have chihuahuas.
yeah, it's like I heard so many black people I was around say, "Oh, pit bulls are black dogs. They're fighter dogs." No, they're not. They're just dogs. What the fuck is wrong with people and their stupid ass minds, bro? It's so
Yeah.
fucking annoying.
Also, Gasper Edits actually added this. There's a YouTuber named Quackity, and he's from Mexico. People are canceling him because he spoke Spanish on one of his streams.
Oh my
What?
fucking god, man.
What?
Hang on a second, guys. I gotta do something here real quick. You guys keep talking.
I mean, I watched some of Quackity's stuff. He did stuff for, I believe, Club Penguin before it got canceled.
Yeah, hang on. Hang on. I actually got some change as well. Okay.
Um.
One and
Oh.
Let's say I'll just give you $3.
Oh, here's a murder by words thing. Where some Karen decided to say on a video with a girl speaking Spanish that white people shouldn't speak Spanish. And it's like, and the comment under which was what I was thinking.
We were just actually venting our frustrations.
Was, have you never heard of the country Spain?
I'll take a Pepsi in return, though.
I'm never on going. I gotta get more.
Say it again, D&D girl. They're talking. They're talking. I
take them out of my room.
Yeah, I know.
I said I watched a murder by words video once, and some Karen decided to say on a girl's video that white people shouldn't speak Spanish because it's not meant for white people. And someone which was what I thought, the same thing when I saw that, said, have you never heard of the country of Spain? You know,
like white people were originally Spaniards, I believe.
Yeah, in fact, basically, if you go down to Mexico, the reason why that they're actually like the way they are is because basically the Spaniards actually came to Mexico and actually decided to breed with the natives there. So
like the original Spaniards were white. So what's going on? Like these people don't know their shit. They don't know their shit at all. Like they don't know basic stuff. Like they're dumb. They don't have any common sense.
Also, don't even get me started on the whole indoctrination of the freaking what I want to say there, the indoctrination of colleges, because basically that's how they're actually getting all these like people to actually think a certain way.
Oh God.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love the people who get mad at someone who's pale skinned liking another culture, but then they tell people in Japan they can't do certain things. And what I'm getting at is anyone of a pale skin who likes like Hispanic culture are called colonists, but yet neglect to see that they're kind of doing the same thing when it comes to Japanese culture.
Exactly.
Really?
Colonialism is actually a double-edged sword, though, because basically they're colonizing Japan. It's it's like how you said there, D&D girl. Basically, the Japanese are actually Schrodinger's white.
Do you need it explained as to why it's Schrodinger's white, DBC?
Schrodinger from Helsing?
No.
Well,
you ever heard of the term Schrodinger's cat?
Oh, Schrodinger's cat. Yeah, I heard of that term. It's just that I kind of forget a few things about it.
Yeah, basically.
Well, Schrodinger's white is basically people who are Japanese or Chinese, pale-skinned Asians are considered white until the SJWs need them for a narrative. Like example, the whole thing about Cobra Kai not having a lot of Asian representation, saying there's not a lot of Asian representation. Where are all the Japanese characters?
So what you're saying is Asians that are pale, like any Asian that is pale, is considered white until people put the white people in Asian settings, and then they say, "Oh, where's the Asian representation?" Is that what you're telling me? That is the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard of.
That's why it's Schrodinger's white.
Man, they can suck a fat dick. They really need to cut it out with that. Asians are not white; they just have pale skin.
Basically, Asian people, especially Japanese, are considered white to them until the time comes when they need to make their argument about there being too many white people in something that's that's based off of an Asian culture. And then
But I
there are
thought they were
people of color.
white.
Sorry,
Oh, man.
I just actually had to freaking
I know how
facepalm
that
myself multiple times. I just get sick and tired of that freaking statement. That is just how I freaking feel.
Clownfish TV basically, or Geeky to be particular, said, but wait, I thought Japanese people were white to you. What's different now?
Mm.
And
Good.
she's right, because it's like, so several months ago you were basically like oh, Japanese people are basically white. Oh, but then when Cobra Kai comes out and there's like maybe one Asian character, then you're like, where's the people of color? There should be more Japanese people. Oh, I see how it is. They're white until you need to argue about there being enough representation. Then they're people of color. Basically a thing of, I'll say this today but deny it tomorrow.
Yeah. Fucking ridiculous. Man. Hey, you guys ever heard of that anime Air Master? If you hadn't, please watch it. It is so good. Please watch it. It's great.
Hair Master. I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Air Master, not Hair Master.
Oh, Hair Master. Okay, I gotta check that one out. Is it like for like High Dive, Crunchyroll, or anything like that, or Netflix?
It's on Crunchyroll.
Okay, Gasper is asking, is it normal that vegans are training their pets to become vegans?
There's nothing wrong with that, but I mean, like,
sadly, it is becoming a norm, but dogs and cats are not herbivores. They're either omnivores or carnivores. They need meat or they won't last long.
Exactly. Yeah. Basically, I just
there needs
find
to be
that
like a balance, like how we do it. Like we have balance, like we eat salad and we eat meat. You know, it's nice to have a balance. But sorry, Mr. Anime, for interrupting you.
That's okay. Besides, like I was saying, is that vegan Karen, aka that vegan teacher, my apologies, was actually making her dog Bella, freaking vegan because, also, I gotta say, I really enjoyed when Gordon Ramsay actually called that vegan teacher a vegan donut and then basically ate a burger. Reacting to her.
Yeah,
oh my god.
I'm gonna tell you this.
What's
that
up?
Vegan, I'm sorry. That vegan teacher, I know that her heart is in the right place, but the way she's approaching this is stupid. She needs to stop that. Like, I get it. Your heart is in the right place. You want people to eat healthy. That's understandable. But you can't go around saying, oh, Gordon Ramsay, you're wrong for eating meat. Let him eat meat. Just leave him alone. People like to eat stuff. Like, I know your heart is in the right place, but why don't you just make sure you're healthy?
I've told Mr. Anime this, but it's basically like, if you're going to come up to me and complain about me eating meat, I'm going to purposely eat the meat and say, that's good face. And then say, your body's going to, after like 6 years, rebel against you because you're not getting your protein. And then if they get hissy about it, I'd say, hey, you started bugging me. I was minding my own business and you decided to come up and complain about me eating fucking meat. That's on you that I bit back.
And then the thing is,
or if you're actually eating a burger and the next thing you know, somebody actually tells you that was actually named after a cow, that's like, she actually would say like, that's actually good this. Like,
that's actually good Lulubell. Because there were people putting stickers on ground beef saying this cow's name was Lulubell, this cow's name was Ellie Mae. And it's like, I don't care.
That's actually good.
I don't care if this cow was named Deserve to Live. I want burgers tonight.
Exactly, or tacos.
Yeah,
give me some good tacos.
Yeah, my thing is, I don't think vegan teacher is like eating the right stuff to have her gain weight because she looks skinny. She's not eating the right salads or right fruit or stuff to make her like gain weight, because there is fruits and vegetables out there that make you gain weight. So she doesn't really have to eat meat, but don't go around saying, "Oh, you're eating a burger. That's disgusting." And the burger got kids in it. And all that. I'm like,
Yeah, I
oh,
like to see that bitch come up to me while I'm eating a steak or something.
like
I will I will sacrifice a bite of steak to shove it down her throat. And basically be
she
like,
would not
yes,
like
now
that.
you're like me. You're like me now.
And she can't really overpower you, so she's like, oh, I can see you doing that. You're like, here, eat the steak, and she's like, oh, please, no, don't make me eat that.
No, you decided to come and mess with me. This is your punishment now.
Like, eat the fucking meat, you might like it, bitch.
Basically, don't mess with me. I won't mess with you if you don't mess with me. The minute you mess with me, I'm gonna be petty as shit.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
like eating
exactly.
meat and vegetables. I like eating meat and vegetables and stuff like that. I like to have a balance,
I
because
don't eat beef much anymore. I'm more poultry and fish like tuna, but I will still eat beef from time to time. Time like if I'm at a family gathering and that's what they have, I'll eat it.
yep.
Yeah. Also, another thing. Okay. Basically, here's the thing. What I want to say there. My good friend, J Senpai X4 actually made like this rendition of him actually roasting Franklin, and oh my god, it was super freaking hilarious. And I
Oh,
just really enjoyed it, and
I
it's actually pretty funny.
I still love reading the comments when it
It's
comes
so
to.
funny how he says yee yee haircut or yee yee ass haircut. That's the funniest part about it.
Have y'all seen
Yeah,
the Snow White one? It's funny, but I wish they had Snow White basically saying the same lines, just because I
Yeah.
want to see how people would have reacted. Like, she's white, she shouldn't be saying that, and then
yeah,
being like, she's not even real. She's not even real.
That's racist. Don't say that. Yank, yank, yank. Shut the fuck up.
I'm in the middle of recording.
Hey guys, what's your favorite Sailor Scout? Me personally, I love Sailor Mercury. I love her.
Does this include like the Chibiusa and the asteroid based ones too?
I mean, it really don't matter.
I kind of like Sailor Mars though, because basically she kind of reminds me of Kagome from Inuyasha.
Oh yeah, I love Inuyasha. So yeah. Also, Madoka Magica.
Oh
I
yeah,
think on one of my channels, I said something about me not liking it. I don't like it because of the story and narrative, and there's a lot of plot holes in it. I just feel like there's a lot wrong with it. And me personally, the way they treated Sayaka Miki made me so mad. Is like, oh, I love Sayaka Miki so much, and it makes me mad how they treated her. Oh,
I I watched it. I enjoyed the plot, but I was kind of depressed afterwards because you find out that Homura has been going back in time, and that's the reason why Madoka has become such a powerful energy source in a sense. Is because Homura keeps going back to try and save her, but every time she fails, until finally Madoka has to basically become a god in order to prevent girls from being turned into witches and finding a different resource to keep the universe going.
and okay, hold on. Let me say this. No, I loathe Homura Akemi. I loathe her. Now, hear me out. She had potential to me. She has so much potential, but her character, how she is in the show, just I can't stand Homura Akemi. I cannot stand Homura Akemi. That's just my
Well,
opinion. And the
well,
way
I
she treats Sayaka, and especially the way Kyoko treats Sayaka, it makes me it makes me fired up. It fires me up. It makes me, oh
I'm
my god, it
I'm
turns me
kind
up.
of wondering if because it's shown that apparently she was sickly, she didn't have many friends. So basically, she glommed on to the first girl to show her any positive attention, and that's why she kept going back to try and save Madoka.
Yeah, they don't
But
really get into that. It's like they don't really get into Homer's parents. They don't get into her backstories. Like we don't even know much about her. It's like What's the point of her being in the show? She takes up 90% of the damn show, and it's called Madoka Magica. The fuck?
This is true. I mean, we at least find out one of the girls' backstories where you find out that she basically made her wish to help her father, and then her father basically disowned her when he found out what she did. And it's like, wow, you're a dick. She did this to help you, and you're basically gonna disown her. What a dick.
I feel for Kyoko on that front, but I feel like Kyoko was just put in there for the whole sake of the plot to destroy Sayaka's character to try to create that tension. That's what I feel like she was put there for. To try to make Sayaka's character go deeper and deeper down the deep end. That's just my personal opinion on that one.
A lot of people don't like Kyubi. Someone actually did a Doctor Who fan fiction where the Daleks, who are known for wanting to destroy planets and stuff, be like, wow, you're a dick. And Kyubi's like, how am I different from you? And they're like, we at least would make the deaths of children quick, whereas you prolong their suffering until they're finally killed by other children.
My thing is,
Look, I'll be right back. You guys keep talking, all right?
okay. Okay, the thing is with Kyubey, I don't think he's really evil. I think he's just made to do so. And here's my thing with Madoka Magica. They don't give any backstory on Kyubey, where he comes from. It's like they don't do any of that. They just sit there and say, oh, here's Kyubey. They don't create no major villains that's actually plotting against the magical girls like all the time. They don't give a real good setting, and that's why the story to me is so horrible. They try to do these twists and it don't work, and the plot is thick and disgusting with bullshit, and I just don't like it. And with Kyubey, yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. For interrupting you.
This is true. I mean, at least with the Doctor Who fan fiction I read, you could easily use like the Daleks or the Cybermen, where they basically rain chaos and destruction on every planet they go to as like a counter to Kyubi trying to preserve life and stuff. But they don't really have anything to explain why Kyubi's like, isn't preserving the life of the universe more important than one single soul? They never explained that.
Yeah, they never explained that because the writer Gen Urobuchi is a shit ass writer to me. I don't understand how he's not explaining this stuff. Stop trying to put stuff in my mind and trying to make me think. Just explain it and stop making lazy writing. Mami Tomoe's death was stupid to me. Why? Because if you look at it closely, she just stands there and gets her head bit off. Now it looks like a slow motion scene, but she actually just stands there for a few moments where she could have moved and allows herself to get her head bit off. Now, don't tell me like, sure, her head, she was petrified. She saw many weird things. Why is she petrified by that?
No. We're basically told that she's been doing this for a while, so anything of being scared should have pretty much rubbed off by now because it's fight or flight at this point. But basically,
and she just stood there like, what the fuck? And how am I supposed to feel bad? And you just stand there and get your head bit off just to create more tension in the show. God, man.
Look, her death could have worked if they had her, tried to run, but like half her body got eaten as she tried to run,
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Trying to survive, but like you said, she just stood there and it happened. It wasn't a thing of she tried to run and unfortunately she still died. Luck just wasn't on her side. No, she just stood there and chomp. And it's like,
yeah, like that's the dumbest death in anime, period. Seriously, I hated that shit. Madoka Magica pissed me off. The only character I like so far is Sayaka Miki. I love her so much. She has so much character, charisma. I love her so much.
Am I the only one? Because they decided to throw in some real girls from history when they were showing the flashback of Madoka going and basically releasing the girls when they were close to becoming witches. And you see a scene of what is hinted to be Anne Frank, and it's like, wait a minute.
Why would the writer do that? Like, dude, leave real stuff out of it and just fucking write some characters in there. Like, dude, come up with something, like, do something good. Like, oh my god.
The only real life person I could see being let a pass on would be the actual Alice that the story Alice in Wonderland's based off of. Because if you read the book or see any of the interpretations, like Disney's version, that looks like something you would see in Madoka, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Maybe that's what it
So
was inspired from.
So basically, a theory I have for that is maybe the real Alice had a crush on the creator of the book because it's implied he had an infatuation with Alice, which is kind of creepy considering he used to babysit her. But if
Uh,
you if you look at it this way, maybe her wish was that he'd be able to write a book that would be remembered for years to come. And in her becoming a witch, she basically got that book she wished for him to be able to write because he would remember everything he saw and managed to survive while a magical girl basically ended Alice. You get me?
yeah, that would have made a lot of sense thinking about that. And also another thing I want to bring up is dang, I forgot. Oh yeah, the Madoka Magica show kind of fucked up the magical girl genre for me because you know how it was all cute and it had a lot of dark stuff in it in the magical girl genre before Madoka Magica was a thing, but it knew how
Sailor
to
Moon.
stay. It knew how to stay with the colorful stuff, right? Like Sailor
Yeah,
Moon and Lyrical Nana. Um,
yeah,
Madoka Magica made Magical Girl, and I love edginess, but they made Madoka Magica made it too much of that to the point where it didn't feel like a Magical Girl show, like that one Magical Girl show, Magical Girl Sight. That
yeah.
show is way too onto the edgy side. That needs to be like a seinen instead of a Magical Girl anime or a shoujo because it doesn't feel like a shoujo. It feels like a seinen or however you pronounce it. How you pronounce it? Seinen.
Seen
Seinen.
has seen
Oh,
it.
see,
Seen it.
seinen.
Yes, seen it. And
Okay.
also, there's also the creator of Magical Girl Today also made like another like Magical Girl story, but it's called Magical Girl Apocalypse. Now, basically, it's like the zombie apocalypse, but with magical girls.
Let me
And
see this.
basically,
Are the magical girls the zombies or the ones stopping the zombies?
they're practically like incarnations of the zombies itself, and it freaking messed up as hell, and I
Let me
love it.
see.
are,
Oh, this looks
are the
interesting.
are the
I
girls
mean,
the only ones affected though? Because I mean, I know there's been a couple, but they're more parodies where boys can become magical girl like things.
Oh yeah, in fact, I even came up
oh,
with an interesting idea for like my own
oh
version of a magical girl
shit.
show, but it's actually about an androgynous dude who accidentally becomes a magical girl. In fact, I even came up with like I gotta pitch this out though.
Oh,
Basically,
I have this
I call it
person.
Magical Chat Techie-kun. Basically, it's about a boy who actually gets mistaken for a girl, and like he actually rescues a magical fox, and then the fox actually gives like the protagonist like magical girl powers, and then basically he becomes a magical girl, and like oh my god,
I actually have the first Steven Universe art book. I want to get the second one to look through as well. But originally, Steven's mother, who was Pink Diamond but took on the moniker Rose Quartz, was originally supposed to be what Steven turned into because it was supposed to be based off magical girl genre. And he was supposed to be like this anomaly where he was a boy, but he would turn into a magical woman to fight crime and stuff. I'm
That
kind of
sounds kind
sad
of
they didn't go with that, but I do love the show still.
yeah. And honestly, yeah, I see the magical girl apocalypse. It's pretty it looks pretty detailed, especially with this buff circle headed thing. It looks kind of funny.
yeah, basically the Gothic Lolita in the first one. Oh my god, that was really freaking weird. Basically, if she touches your umbrella wand to you, part of you actually freaking explodes. Duh. It
Holy
Oh
also
shit.
god.
they actually just have that like ghastly like magic. Oh.
Yo, you
Like
better be
guts are
Leon S. Kennedy. You better be Leon from Resident Evil to better be whooping that ass. because you
Yeah,
ain't never
basically.
like that.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just actually I'm still talking with some friends of mine here.
So yeah, man. Also, I was gonna bring up. Oh yeah, I don't want to bring this up, but they did kind of use Steven Universe as a as a way to push their political agenda, which is kind of stupid to me. Like, it's a good show. I liked it. I'm not gonna lie, but they shouldn't do that at all.
The fandom,
But
is what makes it hard for me to talk about Steven Universe much because, in my opinion, the show's pretty good.
Mhm.
Good, good, but the fans, oh my god.
You know that one meme where that guy is screaming? He's like, "Ah!" That's me when I freaking think about the fandom of Steven Universe.
They drove a girl to attempt suicide because she happened to draw Rose skinny, and it's like it's not canon to the
Yeah, I
ship,
remember
so
that.
they're
Like
not
around.
gonna do anything. And then they turned on the crew or the crewniverse because they're like, yeah, this isn't gonna affect canon of the show. And when it was revealed that Rose Quartz was Pink Diamond, I'm like, hi, you fucking assholes. You attacked an innocent girl for nothing because Rose Quartz is actually a skinny bitch.
Yeah, and then and then I seen those videos back in 2014 or 13 of the girl crying. She's like, "Oh, I can't do this." And I'm like, why would they go after her for no reason like that? I had to sit there and watch this girl cry and all of that, and it's like that shit was disturbing to me. Like, yo, these fans in these communities be fucking bugging, yo.
But
Yeah. Also, another show that I really like that's actually like magical girl based is Star versus the Forces of Evil.
Yeah, I like that show. It's all right.
Yeah. In fact, the sad thing is how it
I
all
like
ended
Jackie Lynn
after
Thomas.
that. I mean,
everyone knew
basically,
Star and Marco were going to get together. It didn't even matter that there were shippers that were shipping the two. Because anyone who's seen a basic show where a girl and a boy are friends at first, like Kim Possible, knows they're going to eventually get together.
If they know that, why would they go to war over the shit? It's like people just want to be just have something to freaking use so they can pass the time. I don't know.
That's why like I told Mr. Anime, that's why I don't really like to talk about shipping anymore because people are nuts. They try to
Yeah,
force
like
creators to add ships, and it's like if the creator is going to have that as an official relationship, it'll be there. If not, you need to leave them alone.
yeah, it's like why is
exactly.
people? And then my thing is, oh, I'm going crazy over a shit. Why don't you ship yourself with somebody then? And they just look at me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why don't you go find one of your own, motherfucker?
but
Yeah, basic.
but talking about Steven Universe again, I'm damn it. What's the thing that I wanted? Oh yeah, the one thing that drives me nuts is people saying, "Oh, the gems are genderless," and I'm like, no, most of the gems say she, her, so they obviously associate as female. And I'm like, but if you mean they're sexless, yes, this is true because Rebecca Sugar said that in order for Rose, aka Pink Diamond, to have Steven, she had to basically shapeshift a womb and the parts needed for her to be able to conceive Steven. If that's what you mean, yes, you're right, they're sexless. But if you're saying they're genderless when they use she, her pronouns, you're a fucking idiot to me.
And if they're not sexless, how did freaking Greg have sex with Rose to make Steven? That's
Again,
what I want to know.
Rebecca Sugar said that Rose had to shapeshift a womb, and all the other parts you need, like a vag and stuff, in order to be able to conceive Steven. You can see an example of this because gems don't really need to eat. They get all their energy from sunlight. They're solar powered. But
Yeah, so they
Amethyst
can.
likes to eat, so she jerry rigs a stomach to be able to eat.
Yeah, so pretty much she can just create herself a vagina, and then Greg can get that on. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, man, these Steven Universe, I like that show. It's actually really good to me, but it'll
The
be better
only
with
re- the only reason that Future was all over the place is because Cartoon Network decided, well, we don't like that you had the wedding episode for two gems that basically decided, hey, we want to do the human way with our relationship and get married to show our love. So Rebecca Sugar for Future was basically trying to figure, okay, what episode can I leave out so that I can try and get the main plot going, you know? That's why everything seemed rushed and sloppy, is because Future was supposed to be like several seasons long, but Cartoon Network's like, yeah, we're not happy that you had a lesbian wedding, even though they're not exactly humans, you know? They're
And
humanoid, but they're basically rocks. That's what they are.
yeah, Cartoon Network and their shenanigans, just like YouTube and their shenanigans. Cartoon Networks and Adult Swim, Toonami, YouTube, fucking all of these things just started just going downhill in the early 2010s. It used to be so good. Now it's like it feels dull, boring, and it feels dead. And every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, depressed.
I blame the SJWs because
And a lack of of
company
creativity in these companies. I blame them too.
because car because companies like Disney, they keep listening to the people saying, "Oh, rah, 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 no female representation, rah, 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 rah. No LGBTQ plus representation, rah, 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 rah." And they don't seem to realize these people are not going to be buying the product. So the people like me who would go to see Star Wars if it had focused on Finn won't see the other movies because it's now focusing on Rey instead of fucking Finn.
Damn. Star Wars kind of got ruined. Whoever's writing it, they should have just left it alone and got someone else to write it. You know?
And Pablo, what's his name, making fun of someone who is a cancer survivor, I might add.
Oh my
For
God, what
getting
is up with
teary-eyed
people
at
in
Luke
this?
showing up in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, you can actually thank Kathleen Kennedy for that crap. Basically, along with Leslie Headland, who actually was Harvey Weinstein's assistant, and
Oh
basically,
yeah, we should definitely trust her.
Yeah. Where's Star Killer from Star Wars Force Unleashed? It's like they make these characters and they don't use them. It's like, where's Star Killer? Ah,
basically, they just actually tossed the lore out the window and just put in gender identity politics and all that crap.
Yeah,
man, bring Star
lightsaber.
Killer in here. Bring
Yeah,
Gallic
like
Merrick in here, whatever his name is. Gallic,
like
Gallon.
lightsabers. Only Jedi and Sith, basically people who are force sensitive, are supposed to be able to use lightsabers, but they got rid of that lore, so anyone and their grandma can use it.
So freaking ridiculous.
Which pissed me off because when I saw Finn use it, I'm like, oh my god, he's a Jedi. Oh my god. And then it's like, nah, we're going to focus on Rey. Fuck Finn. Fuck anyone who was hoping to learn about Finn's backstory.
Bring back
boy.
Star Killer. Bring back Star Killer. We need him. We need his badassery.
Oh,
Yeah,
and Rogue
basically, I bet you that Finn would have actually been a better Jedi than freaking Rey. Personal opinion.
Yeah.
But they wanted that China money, so that's why they focused on Rey, because she's white.
No offense. China,
No
China,
offense.
we're gonna give you the money. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to do it. I'm sorry.
No offense to you. I'm just pointing out that, let's be honest, that's the only reason they focus on Rey. I mean, if you look at the poster for China, Finn has practically been shrunken down to the size of an action figure.
Yep. We want your
Anyway,
money.
guys. Yeah, that's just beyond that. But I'm gonna call it good for now. So, anything you guys like to actually say before I close out the stream?
Stop listening to the woke and listen to the people who are actually going to buy your shit. Because you're not going to make money if you're not listening to the people who will buy your shit.
Like us. And what I want to say is, love you guys. I'm glad I was on here. And keep rocking the dragon, guys. Keep rocking the dragon.
I kind of giggled when we started getting people. It's like, oh no, it's a bad omen.
Yeah. Oh
But
man.
anyway, guys, just remember these three things: respect the waifus, enjoy your fandoms, enemy is freedom. And until the next one, this is Mr. Enemy 343 saying, sayonara, everyone.
Bye.
Peace out.